The age of the electric car is upon us, which means all of our, hopefully, green futures will rely and depend upon one of these. A battery. But just how good an idea is it for us to rely on one of these things? Let's get virtual. Electric car batteries are largely made of lithium, cobalt, nickel and copper, metals we have to mine, some at great cost, and not just to the environment. Cobalt, for instance, is often mined by children in Central Africa in appalling conditions. And just for the parts of a battery? Seriously? California has led the charge towards electric vehicles by 2035, so demand for battery metals is setting up a race for security, meaning countries with greater access to them will hold the keys to the future. And if your country doesn't, you're seriously in danger of running flat. So, the US has turned its focus to unearthing these metals closer to home, like in California's own Salton Sea, or off the Pacific coast by scraping the seabed, or mainland mining. But they're not without their environmental impact, creating waste, contamination, and even disrupting the life cycle of the oceans themselves, about which we know startlingly little. As most modern electric car batteries will last for around 20 years, recycling makes sense, though it is expensive and either involves burning and melting or dunking the battery in acid, largely because of the way that they are made. It's hard to get to the metals you want to recycle, sort of like this biscuit.
It's a cookie, Rick.
Whatever. Which means redesigning battery components that don't need to be pulled apart and refined, instead perhaps being refilled for reuse. And there have already been massive developments with the invention of alternatives like graphene supercapacitors storing electricity in an electric field like static is stored on a balloon surface when you rub it on your hair. Recycling can always get cheaper and cheaper. Over 90% of regular car batteries can now be recycled and reused, but some people around the world are doing that in hideously toxic, environmentally unsafe conditions. So the key to a cleaner and safer future will be finding a way to make and store energy cheaply, efficiently, and without the need to scour our Earth or displace our people or impact their health just because we want the latest car or gadget. There has to be a global push to create the ultimate battery that won't leave us run down, out of gas, or out of time.